Good evening viewers, I'm 21st Century Cat, and as part of the Vlog-A-Day week, I thought I'd give vlogging another go. But first off, I'd just like to say that after my experiences of doing the vlog a couple of days back, yet again I've just got a lot of admiration for the guys out there that make vlogging, the guys and gals out there that make vlogging look so easy. Because I must admit, the video I did a few days back, I actually had to do 2 takes. And I think you probably saw from the version I posted, there was certainly a period where, and I don't know if you, the people out there that vlog, find this, but sometimes even though you think you've prepared and you know your subject, you just kind of lose momentum. You know, you either, you know what you want to say, but somehow you're just struggling to get there. And that was partly, or part of the reason why on that video I suddenly did that 1 minute later cut, because basically for a minute I was just sat there almost just sort of scratching my head, or almost just mentally thinking, I know what I want to say about objectives for 2009, but how do I get there? And there was another take as well where I had a bit of an internal dilemma about how much I wanted to say, and yeah, it just didn't make for good viewing. But anyway, it can only get easier, surely. So anyway, for my second vlog, it's more of a follow-on to what I said before about challenges or objectives for 2009, because in the last couple of weeks, although I've been aware of this for some time, but it's really been brought home in the last couple of weeks. Just what's been brought home in the last couple of... Oh God, how many times am I going to repeat myself? What's just been brought home to me in the last couple of weeks, apart from the fact I can't vlog, is how little I know about what's going on in the world around me. Frankly, I feel like an idiot. Frankly, it's quite embarrassing. I mean, apart from the here and now, what's happening, I mean, basically on a daily basis, I watch very little of the news. I mean, how hard would it be? 30 minutes every night just to watch the news. But I don't do that. I come home, don't watch that much TV, but I'm either editing or, yeah, just watching a few shows. But it's not just about here and now, it's almost all just world affairs. And again, what brought it home was a couple of weeks back I watched Hotel Rwanda for the first time. And after that I sent a text to a friend and said, wow, I had no idea, you know, just what happened back then. And she was like, you had no idea? She goes, that's quite bad. I mean, in my defence, I knew that in Rwanda back in '94, couldn't have told you it was '94 if I hadn't seen the film. But certainly I knew that in Rwanda, you know, sometime in the 90s that, you know, a lot of people died. But I certainly didn't know that it was an attempted genocide. I certainly didn't know that close to 1 million people got killed. And I'm sure there's lots of things like that that I don't know that I should know. So for 2009, not a resolution as such, but certainly as of now, basically I'm just going to become more aware of current affairs. And to do that, I got myself an iPod Touch. That wasn't why I got myself an iPod Touch. I got an iPod Touch for the videos and the games and the photos and all the rest of it. But it suddenly occurred to me, and I've never really listened to podcasts before, but basically the BBC World Service do a podcast.
Thank you for downloading from the BBC. Details.
So what I do now, every day before I go to work, I quickly log on, I download the podcast that they've done from the night before, which is about a 30-minute show, and as I walk to work each day, I just listen to the news. I must say, you've got to be quite careful when you're listening to the news, because it's not like listening to the music when you're walking along, where your mind can wander and you can drift off and just look around. It really is an exercise in concentration, just to sort of take in what they're saying. But that's what I plan to do from now on. Just listen to that, even if I don't watch any news on TV or don't read any papers or go to the news websites. Half an hour, or if not longer. There's a couple of podcasts that I download, listen to them at the gym as well, and hopefully I'll become a little bit more educated. And certainly, you know, even from this for the last couple of days, I can tell you that Barack Obama, he's sending 17,000 troops to Afghanistan. Another story on that note, basically in Afghanistan, they're saying about 60% of the police force are addicted to drugs. That's pretty bad if you're trying to sort of enforce, obviously, to stop people taking drugs. I can tell you that Hillary is on holiday in Tokyo at the moment. 10% of Scottish people are red-headed, and some serious. Most of the stories are very serious, but I figure at least I'm becoming a little bit more educated. One other thing that I found out from a podcast this week is, again, it's embarrassing. They made reference to 400 people getting killed in the Congo on Christmas Day. Now, if I was aware of it at the time, I'd certainly forgotten about it. Which also kind of links to a line that's said in the film Hotel Rwanda, because in that, when it's all about the guy he's got all the refugees in the hotel, trying to look after them, stop them being killed. And he's basically saying to this guy from the UN, when the West hear about what's happening here and all the deaths, they'll come to our rescue. You know, they won't stand for this. And the guy in that film pretty much just says, the UN guy, pretty much says, he goes, people will watch this on the news while they're eating their tea, and they'll just carry on eating. And I guess that's probably true. So I'm not saying that, you know, me becoming aware of news and political events is going to mean I can make any kind of difference, or I guess that's the wrong attitude. But the starting point has to be at least that you need to know what's happening and make a point to know what's happening. Also found out through these podcasts, apparently there's a global world recession going on at the moment. It's amazing what these iPod touches can do to educate you. That's supposed to be a hint of irony there about global recession. Yeah, I bought an iPod touch. Yeah, okay. Oh, sorry. These things aren't just for music and videos. They also do some very cool things. Check this out.
Remember.